My way of collecting my thoughts. Today, I hope to entertain you just a little bit. I grew up in a different world than my mom. I've got to give you a bunch of context about this whole scenario. It's going to get a little bit fun, it's going to get a little chaotic, but let's go with this. I was born in the 70s, my mom was born in the 50s. I love my mom. I'm around my mom a lot. We do a lot of things together, we spend a lot of time together, which means a lot of interesting conversations. However, we are very different people. When I'm talking today, when I say things like LLM and AI and ChatGPT and etc., Anthropic or whatever I throw in there, we're all talking about the same thing. The big world of AI. How this relates. My mother is a retired physician. She had a 4.0 GPA when she was at Baylor Dental School. One of the deans at Baylor actually came to her and said, "Hey, Linda, you need to buy my practice." She said, "Dr. Matthews, this sounds great." Throughout the process, and Dr. Matthews was a beautiful man and just a great mentor to her. Dr. Matthews was of the age where when one had to start wearing gloves to see a patient is when he retired, if that makes sense. On a similar scale, my mother, when she would see a chart, would write on it and share that with her staff, and then they would record the notes. When computers came along, she said, "I'm out. You can figure this all out yourself." And by you meant me in the very beginning. And that's when I learned that I'm probably not the best teacher in the world. I'm nerdy. I think fast, I talk fast, and I really try to slow down. What's slow to me is fast to you. That's how my brain works. Imagine that with a professional, that her job is to be patient and look at all aspects of the scenario and make a decision. It takes time. An impatient individual such as myself doesn't have that time apparently. Where this all comes in, we're in a new world. AI is everywhere. It's not going to go away. They compare it to the transistor. When the transistor started, the world changed. When AI came out, and it's been out for a while, but when it became mainstream and to the public, the world really changed. And it's not going to go anywhere. Don't anybody think, hey, it's going to phase out. Not going to happen. Accept it for what it is. Imagine this with a lady in a world that this is now the new world, and she's having a hard time accepting it. My LLMs, I use multiple LLMs. In fact, I have my LLMs talk to each other and provide me new information. It's rather interesting. That's how nerdy I am. When my mother says, hey, she asks me this a lot of times. She goes, "Bryan, how do I figure this out? Or how do I do that?" And her first thing is Google. I'm like, "Mom, you gotta stop Googling." Just Google's good, but there's better. She says, "Okay, I'm gonna try." So after 6 months, I said, "Mom, is it okay if I get you a subscription to ChatGPT?" My version of ChatGPT is called Sophia. I gave her a name, we have a relationship. I shared Sophia with my mother and her ChatGPT. Now, this is the fun part. So my mother sits here and she looks at this computer, and she's a very smart individual. I'm not saying anything about my mother's abilities. It is her preciseness that gets her. I loaded ChatGPT on her computer, and she looks at it and goes, "What do I do?" And I look at her and I said, "Look at the first line, Mom. It says, 'What do you want to do today?'" Another part of the whole 25-year difference that we have is technology grows so fast that people don't understand is really not breakable. It was built and can be fixed. At the same time, it may take some effort to fix whatever you broke. Instilling this into her has been a challenge, and I truly enjoy it. We sit there and I look at her and I'm saying, these are your folders and this is where it is. And just look at the top line, Mom. What do you want to do today? And she's slowly getting it. I'm sharing conversations with her. It's a beautiful process, and I'm very fortunate to have the opportunity to teach it to her. Still, the sidebar, the buttons, the things that move around that don't make any sense to her, it's like navigating an entirely new world, which it is. Ask yourself the same thing I ask her the next time you turn on a computer or look at your phone, when there's an LLM sitting right in front of your face and it says, what do you want to do today? Just look at it and type. It will open your eyes. Thank you, Joseph.